Hey everyone, Greg here. Welcome back to the channel. In our last episode, I promised to show you how to build a real, functional, no-stress budget from scratch in less time than it takes to watch a movie. Now, I know what you're thinking. Budget. The word itself can sound like a punishment. It brings up images of spreadsheets, cutting out everything you love and feeling guilty about every single purchase. But what if we reframed it? What if a budget wasn't about restriction, but about awareness? What if it was just a simple tool to help you spend more on what you truly value and less on what you don't? That's the no-stress way. Before we touch a single number, we need a quick mindset shift. A budget is not a financial diet. It's a financial plan. Its only job is to point your money in the direction you want it to go. It's about making conscious choices. Maybe you value travel, or a comfortable home, or the freedom to pursue a hobby. Your budget should reflect that, not some arbitrary rule you read online. All right, let's get practical. You only need two things for this. First, a way to see your transactions from the last month. This could be your banking app or your credit card statements. Second, you need a place to write things down. A simple notebook, a blank spreadsheet, whatever you're comfortable with. No fancy software needed. Ready? Let's put 15 minutes on the clock. First up, income. Write down your total take-home pay for 1 month. If your income varies, just use a conservative average from the last 3 months. This is your starting point. Be sure to include everything. Your main job, any side hustles, any predictable income you receive. Get that single, total number. Next, fixed costs. These are the bills that are roughly the same every month. The non-negotiables. Think rent or mortgage, car payments, insurance, utilities, internet, phone bill, and any subscriptions you have. Also include the minimum payments on any debts like student loans or credit cards. Just list them out and add them up. That's it for this step. You now know what comes in and what must go out each month. We've just built the foundation of your entire financial plan. Now for the magic. We're going to simplify everything with what I call the 3-bucket system. Instead of a dozen confusing categories, we'll use just 3. These buckets are needs, wants, and goals. Every single dollar you spend will go into one of these 3. Bucket 1, needs. We already have this list. It's your fixed costs: housing, utilities, transportation to work, groceries, and minimum debt payments. The essentials for living. Bucket 2, wants. This is everything else. Your morning coffee, dining out, streaming services, hobbies, clothes that aren't essential. This is the lifestyle bucket. It's not bad. It's just flexible. And bucket 3, goals. This is your future. It includes any extra debt payments beyond the minimum, building an emergency fund, and investing for retirement or other big purchases. See? Simple. Needs are your obligations. Wants are your lifestyle choices. Goals are your future self. The power comes from deciding how much to put in each bucket. Okay, time to fill those buckets. Set a timer for 30 minutes. This next part is about looking backward for 1 month, so we can plan for the next one. Look at your bank or credit card statements from last month. You've already identified your needs. Now simply go through the rest of your spending. Don't judge yourself. This is not about feeling guilty for what you spent. It's just a data gathering exercise. You're being a detective in your own financial life. Add up everything that was a want. How much did you spend on food delivery? On subscriptions you forgot about? On random shopping trips? Get a single, honest number for your total wants last month. Now take your total income from step 2, subtract your needs, and subtract your wants. The number that's left over is what you could have put towards your goals. How does that number look? Okay, detective work is over. Now we become the architect. Let's plan for the next month. Write down your total income at the top. Your needs bucket is mostly done. Those fixed costs are your starting point. You might need to estimate groceries, but you can base it on last month. Now look at your wants number from last month. Does it feel right? Does it align with your values? Maybe you see that you spent $100 or $150 on lunches at work, but you'd rather put that money towards a vacation. This is where you have the power. Decide on a total number for your wants bucket for the coming month. This is your permission to spend on fun, guilt-free. Now for the final, most exciting step. Take your income, subtract your target number for needs, and subtract your new target number for wants. Whatever is left over, that's your goals money. You've just paid your future self first. You can now decide where that money goes. Extra on your highest interest debt, into an emergency fund, or towards investments. For the last 5 minutes, just look at your plan. Total income minus needs, wants, and goals should equal 0. This is called a zero-based budget. Every dollar has a job, and that's it. You did it. You created a simple, powerful plan for your money in under an hour. This isn't a set of rigid rules. It's a map that you drew yourself. If you overspend in one area, just adjust. Life happens. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress and awareness. Check in with your budget once a week for just 10 minutes to see how you're tracking. Remember, the goal of the 3-bucket system is balance. It validates your spending on wants because you've already taken care of your needs and your goals. It removes the guilt. And I really want to emphasize that 10-minute weekly check-in. It's the most important habit. Just look at your spending, see which buckets it came from, and make sure you're on track. It prevents surprises at the end of the month. Let's talk a little more about that needs bucket. Sometimes, a need can feel like a want. For example, your grocery bill. You need to eat, but you might be spending more than necessary. This is a great area to look for easy wins. Planning your meals for the week can often trim this cost down, freeing up more money for your wants or goals, without feeling like you're sacrificing. Now for the wants. This is your fun budget. The key is to be intentional. Before you created this plan, you might not have known you were spending $50 a month on a subscription you don't even use. A quick audit of your wants from last month is a treasure hunt for money you didn't even know you had. Canceling one unused service could fund a nice dinner out. And let's revisit the goals bucket. It's crucial to give that money a specific job. Don't just let it sit in a generic savings account. Your first goal should almost always be a starter emergency fund. We're talking about $1,000. This isn't a full 3-6-month fund yet. This is your life happens fund. It stops a flat tire or a surprise bill from completely derailing your budget and forcing you into debt. So, priority number 1 for your goals bucket. Save up $1,000 for a starter emergency fund. Once you have that, you can move on to other goals, like aggressive debt repayment. When it comes to debt, you'll want to focus on the highest interest debt first. Usually, that's credit cards. Every extra dollar you put towards that principal saves you a fortune in interest down the line. Only once your high-interest debt is gone and your emergency fund is solid should you start thinking seriously about investing. But planning for it now is what gets you excited for the journey. A quick word on tracking. You don't have to use a spreadsheet. Many banking apps now automatically categorize your spending. You can also use free apps that link to your accounts. The tool doesn't matter, the habit does. The moment you see where your money is actually going versus where you thought it was going is a huge eye-opener. That's the moment of awareness we're aiming for. So to recap, we shifted our mindset from restriction to awareness. We gathered our numbers, and we created a simple plan using the 3-bucket system: needs, wants, and goals. This plan gives you freedom. It gives you permission to spend on the things you love while also ensuring you're building a stronger financial future. It's the end of financial stress and the beginning of financial control. Now, you might be looking at that goals bucket and asking, okay, I've got this money set aside. What's the smartest thing to do with it? That is an excellent question, and it's exactly what we'll cover in the next episode. We'll break down the simplest, most effective way to start putting your money to work through passive investing. No jargon, no scary charts, just a clear first step. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, a like and subscribe would be amazing. Go build your no stress budget, and I'll see you in the next one.